Asava, this is LaserBolt and welcome to today's video. Today I want to present you with one of the best builds you're going to be able to do with your Trickster. This is an endgame build and I'm going to show you guys exactly what you guys need to get, what you should be farming for right now, and how you're going to actually be able to put this build together. Now, I played the game prior to the demo, so I could tell you guys exactly what I believe works and what will work at endgame. And so make sure you guys keep track of this video because you want to make sure you guys get the right gear. I'm going to tell you the right legendaries to get the right legendary armor. So when the game gets released, you actually got a checklist to make sure you guys know exactly what you need to get in order to put this build together. Now, this build is going to be focusing on three primary things. Number one, it's going to focus on max anomaly skill power. So you're going to be doing a lot of damage with your skill. Number two, it's also going to be focusing on maintaining your shield active every single time, because that's going to be extremely important. And number three, it's going to focus on skill combos to inflict max damage to you, not only enemies, but mainly to elite and bosses. So if all of this sounds like something you're definitely interested, a like would be greatly appreciated. Don't forget to join our monthly giveaway. It is pinned in the pinned comment. But without further ado, guys, let me present you guys with the Tricksters Ninja Assassin build. All right, so let's go ahead and go into the character and talk about the stuff that you're going to need in order to get before the game gets released. You want to make sure you get two of these because you want to make sure you get the mods. And number two, you want to make sure you have the armor ready to go when the game gets released. So here, let's talk about what you're going to need. So we're going to start off with the chest piece. Number one, guys, you're going to want to get the following mod, which is called Radiant Jump. And you want to get the following piece to have ready when you actually get this going. It's called part of Hunt the Prey. It's going to inflict vulnerable to an enemy you teleport behind. Really important because you want to apply that vulnerable effect. That effect actually helps out quite a lot. Number two, we're going to go to the torso. And this is going to apply another one called Time Blast, which it says Hunt the Prey, apply slow in 5-meter radius around the enemy you teleport. So the best thing you want to do is when you teleport behind someone, you don't want them to quickly turn around and shoot you. So that's why we want to apply slow. We sneak up behind them and make them slow and apply vulnerability at the same time, allowing us to hit our shots without the enemy reacting. Number three, you want to make sure you get these on the gloves, which is called a Backstabber. Hunt the Prey, using the skill, deals 50 damage to the enemy you teleport behind. So just automatically off the teleport, you're going to be doing 50 damage to that enemy. And this is going to be boosted with anomaly power, so it's really important. The next one, guys, and the last one you want to get is this one, which is called Weakening the Prey, which is also part of Hunt the Prey, which says interrupt and inflict weakness to the enemy you teleport behind. So you're going to be inflicting two things. Number one, you're going to be inflicting vulnerability, and you're also going to be inflicting weakness, which is really important. And not only important in the sense of how good it is against enemies, but it's extremely really good against bosses. So you're definitely going to want to make sure you guys get these. Not only do you want to make sure you get the mods, but you also have the gear already equipped and ready to go. So now that we took care of the stuff that you're able to get right now in the demo, right now, I'm not going to tell you guys what legendaries to get. We're going to get into that after I show you guys the skill. All right, so now let's take a look at these skills and talk about the ones you're going to be using. So from right now, the main one you're going to be using as you level up and you reach higher levels, you're going to want to make sure you keep the Hunt the Prey. Hunt the Prey is going to be your main to-go ability. But any other ones that you want to use here as you're leveling up, you're more than welcome to. Now, once you get to a higher level, which is the main level we want to get to, which is number 17 and number 13, we're going to be unlocking two particular skills. Number one, we're going to be using a skill called Borrowed Time, and we're also going to be using a skill called Ventor Knife. These are the two fundamental skills that are going to make this build really crazy because they're going to give us a really fast cooldown time, and they're also going to be giving us a lot of damage. We're going to be able to put ton of damage like you haven't seen before. Right now, it's very hard to kind of tell you about this build because you haven't played with these skills. But if you get this stuff together, you guys are going to be ready to go. So the skills we're going to be using, once again, Hunt the Prey. That's going to select an enemy that we teleport behind them and receive 31 shield bonus. Shield is extremely important. That's the reason why we're using this. We're also going to be using Ventor's Knife, which throws a temporary knife at an enemy. The blade will ricochet between enemies and within a small radius deal a certain amount of skill damage and mark them. Once the targets are marked, they will become inflicted by slow, and for a few seconds, the first damage dealt by you will be doubled. So extremely important. Just kind of get the synergy. We're teleporting behind a boss, applying vulnerability, applying weakness. We already hit them with the knife. And after we hit them with a knife, they're double slowed basically, and we're gonna hit double the damage with our shotgun or SMG. Now we're also gonna be using the other one, which is called borrowed time. This is gonna allow you to receive a shield and mark your location for a few seconds. Triggering the skill again will bend the space back in time and teleport you back. So the way you want to synergize this, you want to make sure you hit borrowed time, then you want to make sure you throw the knife, and then you want to do hunt the prey. That's going to give you the maximum benefit. And basically the way we're going to be putting this on the skills, I'm going to tell you guys the cooldown we're going to be able to achieve once this is completed. So now that we talked about the skills, let's go into the class and see how we're going to set up this bad boy up. All right, guys, so here we are within the skill tree. Now for the skill tree, guys, unfortunately, I can't select all the ones we currently have because I only have 2, but I can tell you guys exactly where you're going to be wanting to spend your nods and why you want to be spending your nods here. So number 1, let's start off with the following. We're going to spend 1 point into Arms Trick. That's going to give us increased close range weapon damage by 15%. Remember, we are always going to be behind the enemy. Up close is going to be our best friend. The next up, guys, we're going to go ahead and spend 1 point into Ace of Trumps, which is going to give us increased armor piercing by 15%. This is going to allow us to kill elites really fast. It's going to allow us to kill bosses really quickly. We're always going to be behind them. Bosses tend to have a lot of high armor. This is going to allow us to bring that armor down. Number 2, we're going to be doing Death Probability, which is going to increase your weapon damage by 8%. We can never say no to weapon damage. Then we're going to go down 1, and we're going to go to Arms Trick, which is going to increase your close range weapon damage by 15%. You guys are seeing the synergy here. Close range weapons are going to be king. Of course, shotguns, SMGs, those are the ones we're going to probably be rocking, the revolvers, and definitely these are going to be giving us a huge boost. In addition to this one, guys, and we're going to be picking up Leap of Quietus, which is going to says activating movement skills increases your armor piercing by 15% for 10 seconds. And the 2 abilities we're talking about here, one is Borrowed Time and one is called Hunt the Prey, which is extremely important because these are the 2 skills we're synergizing together. It's going to be a total of 3 skills that are going to synergize within this build. But as you guys see right here, when we teleport behind someone, our armor is going to be increased. So that means we're going to be very tanky. So moving along the skill tree, guys, we're also going to be picking up Equilibrium, which is going to go ahead and decrease the cooldown of your movement skill by 15%. That means we're going to be able to spam Hunt the Prey and Borrowed Time, which makes it really important. I'll let you guys know what the cooldown is as we get towards the end of the skill tree. In addition to this, guys, we're also picking up another Arms Trick, which is going to increase your close range weapon damage by 15%. Extremely important. We're getting that nice boost into weapon damage. And we're also going to be picking up Disruptive Firepower. Activating a Deception skill increases your weapon damage by 50% for 8 seconds. So think about it. Deception skill is going to allow us to use the knife. The knife is going to increase our weapon damage by 50% every time they get marked by the knife. And in addition to that, remember, with the knife throw, we're also getting a double weapon damage boost once the knife actually marks the first target, which is really crazy. So once we hit that shot on the first target, which is probably going to be an elite that we're going to be looking for, we're going to get 50% damage, and it's going to double that damage with that knife throw. As you guys are seeing here, this build is crazy, crazy good. Moving along, guys, we're going to get Singularity, which is going to decrease the cooldown of your Deception skill by 15%. Once again, making our knife throwing ability have very little bit cooldown. So we're going to be able to kind of spam this ability, basically all the abilities really fast and really repetitive. So that makes it very effective. Next up, guys, we're going to go ahead and pick up Unforeseen End, which is when you attack enemies from behind, all your weapon damage is increased by 20%. Since we are going to be using, Hunt the Prey, we're always going to be behind the enemies. This is going to increase our damage by 20 additional percent. Pretty crazy. Then, guys, we're picking up increase weapon damage by 8%. We're also picking up the bottom nod, which is increase your close range weapon damage by 15%. You guys are seeing the synergy here. It is getting crazy. A lot of weapon damage. Then we're going to get Death Probability, which is going to increase your weapon damage by another 8%. And we're going to go up 1, which is going to be Equilibrium, which is going to decrease your cooldown to movement skills by 15%. Once again, allowing us to spam Borrowed Time and also allowing us to spam Hunt the Prey. And then moving along, we're going to be picking Unforeseen End. When attacking enemies from behind, all your weapon damage is increased by 20%. So that puts us at a total of 40%. Then we're also going to be picking up Bounty Hunter, which is going to increase your weapon damage against elites by 15%, making us really, really crazy OP once again against elites and once again against bosses. Now, of course, we still have 4 points to spend, and we're going to spend those points by going right here, picking up Outrider Executioner, which is going to activate movement skills, increase your weapon damage by 50% for 8 seconds. You guys are seeing the synergy, a lot of damage, especially when spamming the skills, borrow time, and hunt the prey. And using our knife to double that power is going to be extremely crazy. In addition to that, we're going to be picking up a Knot of Health, which is going to increase our health by 10%. You know, the Trickster tends to be a little bit, squishy. So we want to make sure our health is really good, especially when we're going to be teleporting around the map. We should be able to teleport around the map, hit the knife, hit the borrowed time, and be teleported back without taking much damage. But if we do, we want to make sure we have health. Then we're picking up Shield's Timeline, which is going to decrease your shield degradation speed by 30%, allowing us to maintain that skill up while we're fighting in the battle. And the main reason we went down here is because we wanted to pick up Singularity, which is going to decrease the cooldown of your Deception skill by 15%, allowing us to spam the knife as well. So as you guys are seeing here, the synergy is really, really crazy, as we're going to be spamming our knife, or spamming borrowed time, and then spamming Hunt the Prey very frequently. So theoretically speaking, we should be able to trigger all of these within a total of 8 seconds. That's allowing us to do Hunt the Prey and allowing us to do borrowed time and the knife every 7 seconds to every 8 seconds, which makes it really crazy. So I'm telling you guys right now, this build is extremely, extremely good. And you definitely, if you are a Trickster main, this is definitely the skill you want to go with. This is going to be doing a lot of damage, and you're going to be taking out bosses, elites really fast without a problem if you put the skill together. Now that we saw the skill tree, let's talk about what weapons you will be using, and of course, what are the benefits and the legendary armors you're going to be trying to get. All right, for weapons, you're going to be hunting down 2 legendary weapons. Of course, any really good shotgun or SMG should do the work here, but theoretically, you're going to be hunting down 2 legendaries. You're going to be hunting down one called Darkness Chamber, which is going to give you a mod called Grand Opening. Landing a hit with the first bullet creates an explosion, dealing 172k damage every time you get that first shot. Really effective and really good. The next one you're going to be looking is for a weapon called the Bulwark, which is going to give you guys a legendary mod called Ultimate Anomaly Surge, which has critical shot spawn an anomaly energy blast that deals 46,000 damage in a 2-meter radius. That's going to allow you to help you with a little bit of crowd control. It's going to allow you to do a little bit more damage when it explodes, and allow you to pick up a little bit more on anomaly power. Those are the 2 main legendaries you guys are going to be hunting. I wish I could show them to you guys, but I can't at the current moment. But now you guys know the names, you know the mods you're going to be looking for those particular weapons. Of course, any other mod that boosts your critical hits, any other mod that allows you to apply vulnerability, which you're already applying with your Hunt the Prey and weakness, any mod that boosts your critical shots or boosts your damage overall in general, or causes some sort of explosion when you shoot, are the mods you're going to be looking if you're trying to get some epics or some blues and those type of variants. Of course, another mod that you're probably able to get right now is the Shield Maiden, which is going to allow you to get shots at a small amount of shield every single time. And this is really important because this is going to allow you to constantly keep those shields up, which is going to be pretty good. All right, guys, now to talk about the legendary you want to pick up for this particular build. You're going to want to get the Ugaki Otaras. These are definitely the legendary set you want to pick up. I wish I could kind of show you what this armor set looks like. This is the only picture I could show you at the current moment, but that is the armor set you want to get. Now, the reason why you want to get this armor set, because I'm going to tell you guys what the kind of overall 3-piece or the whole armor set bonus is. The armor set bonus says it's going to allow you to use the Hunt the Prey. It says Hunt the Prey does not consume cooldown when teleporting behind enemy marked with Venators knife. So basically, when you mark someone with your knife and you do Hunt the Prey, you're not going to be able to, it's not going to consume the cooldown, allowing you to spam that without a cooldown. So think about it this way. You could be throwing your knife constantly over and over and over again and using the Hunt the Prey ability without losing its cooldown reduction. Really crazy, really OP. In addition to that, it synergizes perfectly with the current build that we have, which is going to allow us to use Hunt the Prey, and it's also going to allow us to use the knife as well. So we're going to be looking at this armor set and talking about the mods that make this armor set synergize perfectly with the Venators knife and also the Hunt the Prey. We're going to get started with Venator knife. We have the first one called Sharpening. which is increases the skill damage, really important. We have boomerang blades. After the initial ricochet, the knife will repeat its path and damage enemies the second time. That means you get multiple damages, which is really important. And sniper blade, increase the skill range by 50%, allowing you guys to mark more people with that knife. And since you have the boomerang blades, it's going to ricochet to multiple characters. You guys are getting just a lot of damage being applied. Now we're going to take a look at the Hunt the Prey mods. We have Backstabber. Using the skill, this deals 79,000 damage to enemies you teleport behind. Once again, you guys are seeing the synergy here. A lot of raw damage. We also get another one called Time Blast. Apply slow in 5 meters. So that means your slow gets increased from 2 meters to 5 meters. So more people are going to be slowed. And then we have the last one, which is called Dance of Death. Decreases the skill cooldown by 20% of Hunt the Prey. So think about it this way. That's why we called it the Ninja Assassin. You're always going to be behind the enemy, assassinating people every single time with this ability. It's just a point of spamming Hunt the Prey and the Venators Knife over and over again, allowing you to teleport behind someone, damage him, and kill him and take him out. I'm telling you right now, this by far might be the best build for the Trickster as of right now to do raw damage. So make sure you guys note this video. Make sure you guys put a note on this video. Make sure you guys keep bookmark it so you guys can come back once you are able to put the build together. Put this build together and you guys won't disappoint it. I'm telling you right now, if you have any friends that plan on playing the Trickster and you're going to be running the game with them, make sure you share this video so they can put this build together. You guys are not going to be disappointed. I also have some builds put together for you guys for the Devastator. You're more than welcome to check that out. I also have another Devastator build coming out. We have a Pyromancer build and, of course, a Technomancer build coming out. So don't worry, guys. I'm going to have you guys completely covered when it comes to every individual character. Make sure you guys put this build together. Trust me when I tell you guys, you won't be disappointed with this particular build. I hope you guys are enjoying our Outriders coverage. If you are, do me the huge favor, guys. Drop a like, drop a comment, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications so you guys won't miss our videos. Big shout out to everybody that's gone and checked this out on the live stream. You guys are extremely amazing. Also, big shout out to everybody that's decided to join the Bolt Nation and become a member. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the love and support. Don't forget to check out the other 2 videos that are popping up right now on the screen. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.